Good morning, Fiber friends, and welcome to Vlogmas 2019 with your blind crochet fiber artist host, Mo of Unseen Strands. So this morning we are still playing catch up from over the weekend. So today will be December 15th overcap. So for Sunday, even though this is going up on Tuesday, and we'll probably throw in another one later on this evening / overnight, so that we are all caught up again. So for Sunday, of course, it was a church morning, and it was supposed to be the kids' Christmas program. But as I've mentioned before, my kids aren't all that interested in participating in the children's program. So, I mean, it still happened during service, but they didn't actually sing and such during the Christmas program. And of course, yet again, it never seems to fail. When my husband is on call, he seems to always get a call while he's at church. And so it wouldn't have really mattered because he was called out of church to go fix something for a store somewhere. After that, we went over to one of the malls. Our main focus was to find their Hickory Farms stand and get more cranberry mustard, but we didn't see it. We weren't super looking hard, and my husband's mom was around, so I don't think we actually walked as far as we normally would have. I don't know exactly why we didn't walk the full length of the mall either time. I was kind of confused on that, but so we didn't actually get to that. And apparently there is one there because my husband stopped at the one at the mall where we know it is yesterday, and they said, oh, we're out of that, but they might have it at the Jordan Creek one. And we're like, but we were there and we couldn't find the shop. And she's like, oh, I think it's inside an actual store instead of a booth. And I think my husband was just looking from the top, so down to the bottom floor. So that was probably why he missed it, because yeah, they have lots of empty spaces in the mall, so I don't know why they're not all, you know, in their own little stores. I guess it has to do with the space they rent and their placement, because the one in the other mall, in the Valley West Mall, is much more centralized and in the food court-ish area, so I can see where they don't want to go into an actual store because they want that high traffic area that they're in. But after all that disappointment, we actually needed something quick for lunch, so that was another reason why we chose the mall, because at 2 was the Christmas party for the kids for my husband's work. And this year was a Polar Express theme. It's not really all that different than other years, except for they did this one in the afternoon instead of the morning. And they actually made the movie the focus instead of the background, which I think helped because it helped the kids actually engage to the movie. But at the same time, I don't even know where the Santa was because I never went out there. My husband took the littles to go see Santa. But overall, the kids seemed to enjoy the movie. Zane is still obsessed with his ticket for the movie because when they showed up, they got a ticket, and then before they could go in the room, they had to get it punched. And so he's still obsessed with that. And they actually watched it. There was also like hot chocolate and Rice Krispie bars and cookies for them to enjoy while they were watching the movie. And they got a little goodie bag from Santa when they went to visit Santa, which had like M&Ms and a Christmas stamp in it. And a jingle bell, which is not the jingle bells I use. The jingle bells I actually use are from Teresa of Little Trees Treasure. She made them for me last year and sent them to me. So these bells are my bells. But yeah, so now the kids all have, well, the littles all have their own bells, and we still have a couple bells from previous years floating around the house. And as a perfect ending to our Polar Express themed Christmas party, it started to just flurry outside and was just sticking a tiny bit on the concrete, little bits of snow. Like, there's still a little bit of flurries out in the shadows outside now, but we didn't even get like an inch of coverage or anything. It was just kind of little flurries, but it was just kind of a nice little closure to that holiday party for the kids to make it extra special. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up for Sunday.